any foolishness. If that's what's wrong with people. And see, here's what happened. People are fearful of standing on their own as individuals. You're scared of it. You're scared of what you will become or be. You're scared to be alone too. But I don't see what other way to go when it's so much hypocrisy. So what I do, I'm gonna tell you what I do. I individualize my relationships. So so although I don't support any particular side, I talk to whites and blacks on an individual basis. That's how you got to do it. It's on an individual basis. I got to do a video about that too, because people don't understand what that means. Okay, I don't support culture that is biased and do not chastise, but yet we sitting up here crying all the time. I don't support that kind of perspective. It's insanity to me. It's doing the same thing, expecting different results. You're going to get the same results. There's not going to be any change as long as you do not correct the people. And so if your leaders are not correcting the people, then you're going to get the same thing. You're going to get gang banging and killing. If all these people that black people love don't say nothing, then you're not going to be able to influence it to change. You have to say something. If some of these people that black people love, you know them, you can think about them. If they say something, it will have an effect. People will begin to think about what they're doing. But if you have leaders that sit back and say nothing, and it's not, look, the responsibility is not on one individual, not even me. It's not my responsibility. It's not my total responsibility to be the only person saying anything. Because see, that's where black people will target that person and say, well, see, that person's racist. But if it's everybody saying it, you cannot say that. And if it's people saying it that you love and respect, you cannot say that. And that shows you it's a real problem, because I'm telling you that other people could be saying this. Other people could be talking about this. That means we have a real problem here that other people could be addressing. So I don't want to hear anything about people talking about, well, we chosen this and chosen that. See, this is where we get when we get to the top. Now we want to talk about who's chosen. That's what we want to talk about. Out of all things, you want to talk about who's chosen. And right about now, I'm not feeling anybody talking about chosen people. When you got so much hypocrisy and evil in the character of people, I could care less. Honestly, look, ain't no plan for chosen people. So what I'm doing, what I'm supposed to be doing? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. It's nothing but people being narcissistic and biased that's going on. That's all it is. And that's a definition that needs to be talked about more. Being biased. Being biased in the African American community needs to understand and study the nature of being biased. Because when you can go and talk about police crimes, but not see everyday killing, daily. I mean, daily. Somebody's going to get killed in the African American community today. It's going to happen every day. And it's going to happen tomorrow. And it's going to happen after that day. And it's going to happen next week. And it's going to happen next month and next year. And so on and so on. And then you know the reason why? You know the reason why? I'm going to tell you the real reason why. Because there are not any real charges um, that influence the community to stop the violence. You need 20 years or better on these on in the African American community killing each other. You need 20 years or better. You need to start putting that as the new standard, because if you don't, these guys are taking them charges like a champ, buddy. They taking them charges like a champ. They taking them charges like a champ, like a champ. If you start handing out 20 years and don't worry what people think about it, because the first thing people want to say, well, is this a racially motivated? It's cleaning up the problem motivated. That's what it's motivated by. Cleaning up the problem. Get over yourself. It's not about you. Not this time. It's about all this killing that's going on and getting to the root of the problem. Okay? If you want to be simple-minded, then do it in a room somewhere. Do it away from society and away from social media and away from other people. If you want to be simple-minded, because right about now, that's the biggest problem here in America is this black on black gang banging, killing and shooting. With even kids are being killed as a result. Okay, that's the biggest problem, whether you want to face it or not. So what that means, it needs a solution. And so if the people are not complying to people that do talk about it, they're not complying to the Farrakhan's of the world. They're not complying to the Al Sharptons of the world. They're not complying to that. So then what you have to do is go to the system. And although it may be racist, it's the only system we have right now. Okay? It's the only system we have right now. And you have to go there and you have to make laws that will influence the culture to stop the violence. You have to have tougher laws. You have to. They're not going to change on their own. They've already proven that. You sat back and you said nothing. You sat back and you did nothing. And look, it's worse. So what you have to do at this point is start handing out higher charges and let the biased people be over there. Let the biased people stay over there. If you want to be biased, go do it over there. We're trying to change this country. Okay? You have been doing nothing with your biased ways. You have not influenced your people with your biased ways. So although you've been supporting your people and you've been biased, you have not been effective with making them stop killing each other. So guess what? Someone else has to do it. Someone else has to do it. And that's what you should be very afraid of, because there's some Republicans that don't care and really don't love you. And no one can disagree with the black excuse me, with the black on black crime. No one can say, oh well, this is not an issue. This is not something we gotta not. It's happening too alarmingly, if that's a word. And you don't want to have a racist white address this issue, because now you're gonna be living in almost martial law. That's what you're about to face. Listening to the right people or listening to some racist Republican that clearly has no compassion for you in the first place, and it's just an opportunity to get you off the streets. It's an opportunity to control you more. And it's either pass out tougher laws or get controlled as a community. Again, it's either have tougher punishments for all the right reasons, killing people, or be controlled as a whole community in every part of your community. That's what you're facing, because the next people to get in this office, man, They're not gonna be playing with you, man. I'm telling you, I don't see you so biased that you think everybody feels this way. Everybody don't feel that way. And honestly, everybody don't love you. Everybody don't think you're great either. Okay? When you're killing each other. It's your narcissistic blinders that's on that's making you feel this way. I don't even understand why people even killing each other and they all broke. Why you killing somebody else and he broke and you broke? So it's a narcissistic perspective that you're something that you're not. It ain't for power. You ain't killing people for power. What power? Power over what? The ghetto? Power over the ghetto. Okay, how much money you got in the ghetto? Less than $1 million, right? In America, that's nothing. So you have a lot of people that's just narcissistic killing each other, man. Who are you, in other words? You're not serving the community. You're not no one in the community. So where's this whole big persona coming from? You don't educate nobody like I do. So what? So who are you? That's what I'm saying. And it comes back to what I say. People say they're full of love, but you're selfish. You're thinking about self. You're conceited and narcissistic and arrogant. Okay? You need to hear it just like that. Because, like I said, Donald Trump gets in office. What do you think is going to happen? They're talking about putting out fires. That's how they put it. Putting out fires in less than 30 minutes. That's referring to riots and chaos. And in order to put out any kind of chaos and riots in 30 minutes, somebody might be getting shot and killed. The way he putting it. He's talking about putting bombs, dropping bombs on drug cartels in Mexico. He talking about doing that. So if he's feeling this way about drug cartels, right? Where he wants to send missiles to Mexico, then what do you think he thinks about all this gang banging and killing? What do you think he think about that? You got to read between the lines. He can't speak on it because it's just no one can speak on black people in America. You can't do it. I just don't care. Personally, I'm a grown man entitled to my own feelings about any issue, and I'm going to talk about it as a grown man, and that's what it is. If you want to make it something else, you want to make it whatever it is you want to make it, that's you. But I'm a grown man before anything else. And I'm getting older and I'm becoming more of a man. And the more I live and see, I see that this is a problem. And if you really do love somebody, you should be desperate to change it. But it's funny how you're not. It's funny how you're not desperate to change it. But you say you love your people. So if you love your people so much, then won't you get out here and start preserving their lives by telling the truth? If you love them so much, why don't you start telling them the truth to save their lives? It's simple, right? I'm telling you what you could do, right? So see how you cannot say I have an agenda? Because I'm telling you to do it. I'm telling you to do it. So how I got an agenda, and I just right here, off out of my heart, not even no scripted message. I just told you, won't you get out here and tell them to stop killing each other if you really love them? That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Everybody think they know what's going on, and you really don't. You don't know what's going on. You think I don't. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what it is. So the thing is, man, people like me, that's intelligent. I can't sit back and just follow someone down into a pit. You know, if you're out here killing each other, you don't represent African Americans. You don't. We can't make you an ambassador to another country. And that's what you all should be able to be. You should be able to be an ambassador of what your people and culture is to another country. I can be that because I will go there with good manners, good character, within reasonable human boundaries, and tell the real issues from my community and the issues that are in America as a whole. I can be an ambassador. You cannot. And when you cannot be an ambassador, you are not a good representation. Therefore, you can't even be taken seriously. And look, you can't be an ambassador being biased. I'm going to say that again. You cannot be an ambassador being biased because people are not going to know the real issues. So, in other words, if I was an ambassador and I went to another country, right, but I'm biased towards black people, then I'm not going to tell the truth. Therefore, I am not going to get the assistance that I need. Whatever it may be, finances, it may be whatever it is. How am I going to get the results that I need or the assistance I need as an ambassador from another, as on behalf of people, if I'm being biased? You're going to go out there hiding the truth, talking about what the police is doing, and painting this picture, totally blinding them to the killing that's going on every day in the ghetto. They ain't even gonna know about that. All they gonna know about, well, the police are shooting people down and we need help. That's what you're gonna say. That's what you're gonna go over there and say, right? To another country. We need help. And that's how people would talk. Just how they talk. We need more better housing and everything. All this and that, right? But won't you tell them about the gang banging and the kids being killed? Won't you tell them about that? So then they can say, wow, that's out of control. And they're going to conclude, like I have concluded, that what needs to happen is the system needs to give out harder sentences for senseless killings. If you're killing a baby, you might should get a life sentence, partner. Why we need you on the streets again? Why we want to see your face? Why we want to see your face? After you done killed a child. Why do we want to see you eat? I don't even want to see you eat, sleep. I don't want to see you walk down the street after you done killed a child with your physical hands. I don't want to see you. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. And meanwhile, this isn't even addressed by people that so say they love black people. It's not even addressed. I respect Farrakhan for saying something. I mean, man, and he loves black people more than you do. Oh, come on. By works and actions, he does. He loves black people more than you. And he even had to say something. I'm going to say that again. Farrakhan loves black people more than you do. It's different levels of love, right? It's not on the same level. He has proven through his actions to love black people more than the average black person does, right? With all the feelings you feel, sadness and all this, right? He is more high ranking in love for black people by his actions and teachings. That's why, that's how. And with that being said, he still felt the need to address the black on black crime. And many times. And the reason why you can't think about it and you can't see it is because you're knee deep. You're knees deep in biased perspective. That's the problem. You're knees deep in biased perspective. With a bias, you have a biased mind. All right, and 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 it's a that in itself is a crisis. This bias-minded perspective where I can't see the wrong, and I'm not going to talk about it because I support my people. Subconsciously, this is what you're thinking. You're not supporting your people when you tell the truth. You're still supporting them. In fact, some would say you're important in supporting them more than people that are biased. What has that biasness done? What has biased ways done for your community? Nothing. It's not going to change it. So now we're insanely biased because you're getting the same results, you're getting the same uh, things you've been getting, and you expect something else to happen other than that. This is the problem. And now you're all in other people's face, worried about them being racist. What you need to worry about, collectively speaking, is why people can sit over here and talk about isolated killings by police, okay, but not see everyday, daily killings in the black community. That's what you should be um, focused on. That someone could be that biased. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. You worried about the police killings? You ready to go run outside? What's his name? What's his name? Say his name. What's his name? That's real, bruh. And that don't mean I'm saying it from a white's perspective or white racist perspective. Let's get that understood. This is not support for the other side. That's what I'm saying. You see that? This is not support for the other side. This is a huge problem. Why everybody talking about they chosen ones? That's what I'm saying. This is what's provoking it. When people can sit up and say they're chosen and this, that, and the third, but you don't see what you're doing on the daily. Man, that's real, man. That's real, man. And so what we have here is a lot of people, man, quite frankly, man, you're just biased, man. You're not gonna be you're not gonna be profitable for any kind of change because you're too biased. In order for change to happen to something, you have to address the issues, right? And you can't do that bias. You can't do it. You can't change your country and your world being biased. And right now, like I said, the biggest problem here is these killings. And I don't care how many mass shootings they have in this country, it does not compare to the daily killings of black on black in America. Okay, so you get a mass shooting, how many people died? 10 people. I'm pretty sure 10 people died in the ghetto today. What, 20 people? 19 people, they said in the other one? Well, I'm pretty sure 19 people died in the ghetto today. I'm pretty sure about that. And that's something that you have not thought about and pondered. Every day, there's mass killings. Let's put it like this. As far as body count, it's the equivalent of mass shootings every day in the ghetto. It's the equivalent body count wise, deaths wise. It's the equivalent of mass shootings, what you call mass shootings in the ghetto every day. And you know why ain't nothing being done about it? Because white people can't touch it. And they run your country. They run your country. They can't touch this. Because if any politician does that, they're on it. They'll be eating, probably stop eating. Food fall on the floor trying to post something. But you ain't tackling the mass shootings that's going on every day in the ghetto though. And that's where biasness is just infested in the culture. You ready to cancel some politician that's talking about it, but you're not ready to cancel a rapper that's blatantly talking about killing your own people. They ain't talking about killing white people. Is rap music talking about killing black white people? It is not. And that's why, and you need, if you really pay attention and understand white supremacy, you will understand that they want that projected because it's a music talking about killing your own people. They ain't talking about killing white people. And here's the punchline. Here's the punchline, big baby. If you were talking about killing white people, you wouldn't have no rap music, buddy. I guarantee you that. If you were talking about killing anybody else, that's what should really spook you. That's what should really spook you. If rap music was talking about killing any other race of people, it would be banned. You think they're gonna let you sit up talk about killing white people? When you say, yeah, I killed this nigga here, kill that nigga here. It represents white supremacy to some people. It represents the ghetto to you. It represents keeping it 100 to you. But to some other people, it's a trajectory. They use it as a trajectory of white supremacy. You ain't talking about killing white people. I'm pretty sure the people you talking about shooting are black. So you don't think that works towards the perspective of white supremacy? And listen, I listen to it. I listen to some hip hop, but I'm not listening to someone that does not have the balance of the struggle and understanding things and poverty and the struggle and the come up. That's all got to be all in there. The come up, the struggle, all of that. But someone to just only talk about just going and killing, only no struggle, no talking about other issues. You could tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? You could tell the difference. Then somebody just totally, it doesn't sound like anything else is there but killing. That's why these kids is like they are now. These kids are the way they are because they're listening to straight up killing black people music. And that's exactly what they're going and doing. Because they want to be those rappers so bad that they go out there and take a life just to feel like that rapper. Just to feel like that particular rapper. You know what I'm saying? So you need to think about that, man. You need to really think about that and stop being so biased because you can't be biased towards me. If you come around me, any cancer culture come around me, I'm going to hand your butt back to you. You're going to leave with a new orifice. You can't bring that ignorant foolishness here with me. Because the first thing I'm gonna address is why aren't you okay? You got cancer culture, right? You're basically the equivalent of whistleblowers for black people, right? That's what you are. So you're looking at problems that address black people, right? So how is it that you cannot see the elephant in the room of killing at the hands of other black people? You're not blowing the whistle on that, are you? You're not trying to cancel some of these obvious rappers that have no agenda but to talk about killing other black people. You ain't trying to cancel that, are you? Yeah, you need to stop them before they even get a record deal. You right or wrong. You need to stop some of these rappers that, and I'm not gonna say a certain genre of what rap it is, but you know the ones and you know the type. You need to stop that. You need to cancel them before they even get any notoriety. But you don't do it, do you? Because you know inwardly you like the ratchetness. You like it, don't you? You like it a lot. You like it more than us because you feel like it identify with you. Ratchetness has for the even the whistleblowers, it appeals to them because it has become um, seasoned, if you will, with the black culture, with the black music. So now ratchetness is appealing. So when you hear someone talking about this, doing this, and ratchet behavior, right, you identify with that. You allow yourself to identify with it. But then you want to complain about somebody not loving you and somebody not doing you right on the other side. So the whistleblowers are biased too. Because if you were not biased, then you would be addressing the issues of black on black crime.